Good morning students. Once again welcome back to Python class. Today we will continue the previous topic. In the last class already I have explained what is a NumPy and how to create an object of a NumPy and what operations we can perform on array. Okay, so what is a NumPy actually? Before going into the other functions, let me give you a brief description of NumPy. Okay, so NumPy stands for a numerical Python. This is actually this module, this library file contains different types of functions like algebra functions, next to trigonometric functions that can be performed on array. Okay, so means this library file is mainly designed to perform different operations or different numerical operations on array object. And this NumPy is a library file which contains different functions and different modules, and that modules are designed by using a C++. Next, how to create a NumPy array also here I have given. See, import NumPy as NP. Import is nothing but if you want to use all the classes of NumPy, you need to import. This is similar to Java. In Java also we used to import the packages. When you import the packages, whatever classes are available in that package you can use, and whatever functions are available in that classes, that also you can use. Similarly, in Python also, if you will import NumPy, then what happened, whatever functions are available in that you can use in your program. So here instead of writing NumPy always number of times, here what I am doing is I am creating an alias for a NumPy. Means instead of writing a NumPy, you can give a shortcut. So here I am giving NP as a shortcut to the NumPy. So wherever you want to write a NumPy, instead of writing a NumPy, you can write a NP. Okay, so here I have created one array arr np dot array. In the module whatever is there, no, that is called as a object. So here I have created one object, and which is a n-dimensional array object of NumPy module. Okay, and the different dimensions also I have explained. So if it is a single element, it is a one-dimensional array. If it is a more than one element, that is a two-dimensional array. And if it is a number of one-dimensional arrays as an element, then it is called as a two-dimensional array. And three-dimensional array, it is a collection of two-dimensional array. And next, different operations I have explained. Ndim means using this ndim we can find out the dimension of the array. Item size, using a item size function you can calculate the size of each element. Means what is the size of each element in the array. Means if it is an integer we used to give 4 bytes, if it is a float, like means for each and every byte there is a particular size in the memory. So that you can find out by using item size. Next, d type. Using this d type function you can find out data type of particular element. In this example, each and every element is a type of integer, so it displayed int. Now size and shape. Size is nothing but how many elements are there in the array. So in this example there are 6 elements, so that is why displayed size as a 6. And shape, first row, one row 6 columns, that is a shape. Okay. Now reshape, whatever array is there, no, that array you can convert, means you can change into, you can convert rows into columns, columns into a row by using a reshape. Okay, here I have already changed, you can go through that. Next, slicing. Slicing is nothing but the cutting an array. From the array you can create a means you can extract a few elements and you can form a new array, that is a slicing. This part, this is all I have explained in the last class. Now excuse me, today we will continue the previous topic. Okay, already I have explained 6 functions till slicing I have explained in the last class. In this class, I will explain more functions. See, actually this NumPy class contains thousands of functions. Out of thousands of functions, I am explaining only few functions. Okay, max and minimum. Okay, so in the name itself, you have a definition. Means this element is used to find the maximum and minimum element from the array. Okay, max for a maximum element and min for a minimum element. See in this example, you see in example import NumPy. See, I have imported NumPy library file and I have given alias for a NumPy as NP. Now, after creating a alias for a NumPy, next I have created one array. What is the name of the array? A equals to NP. Here NP means what actually? NumPy library file, comma, and I have created one object array. And how many elements are there? 3 elements. And it is a one dimensional array. It is more than one element and it is only single row. So that is why it is called as a one dimensional array. Now, in the third line you can see print a dot min. Okay, so a dot min, what is the use of that min function? It is used to print minimum element from a list of elements. See, in the output you observe, for a first output statement, the output is a 1. So, in the available list, minimum element is a 1. Okay. Now, you see the next one, max. Okay. Max means which is the maximum element, which is the biggest element in the array. So, in the given list, the maximum element is a 3. So, that is why the next output statement output is 3. Now, see the third one, a dot sum. Sum is nothing but the adding all the elements in the array. So, total how many elements are there? 3 elements. You add that 3 elements, how much you will get? 1 plus 2 plus 3, total 6. That is your output. Okay. So, min function is used to display minimum element, max function is used to display maximum element, and sum function is used to display sum of all the elements. That is a sum. Now, come to the next one, addition operation. Addition means what? Sum actually. So, here what I am doing is, I am adding a arrays. Okay, you can add the arrays using this addition function. Addition here, for addition I am using plus. Okay. So, using a means you can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division also. You can perform all the arithmetic operations on matrices. Just here I have given example for a addition. Okay. So, as usual, in the first line I have given import NumPy as NP. Next, you see x equals to NP array. I have created one array. How many elements you have? 6 elements. Next, y, I have created one more array, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. 2 arrays I have created. Now, see, you add the, here I think it is output is wrong. Once you calculate, you will get 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6 and 6, 8, 10 you will get. Okay. So, your number of rows and number of columns are same, then easily you will get. Okay. So, you add that x plus y. Okay, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 3 plus 3, 6. Again 3 plus 3, 6, 4 plus 4, 8, 5 plus 5, 10. 10 you will get. Okay, actually your output is wrong printed. At the time of practicing in the system, again I will explain this addition operation. Next, sort. In the name itself you have a definition, sorting. Sorting means what actually? Whatever elements are there in the array, that will be arranged either in ascending order or in a descending order. So, by default, if you have not mentioned anything, by default the list will be displayed in a ascending order. Okay. So, here see sort function, what is the use of the sort function? It will display all the elements in the order, that is in a ascending order. Okay. Total how many functions, how many elements are there? See the first line, import NumPy as a NP. So, here I have imported NumPy library file. Next, I have created one array. What is the name of the array? ARR equals to NP dot array. Again, here array is an object. How many elements it is holding? 4 elements, 3, 2, 0, 1. Now, I am sorting and at a time I am printing. See, print NP dot sort. NP means what actually here? NumPy. And this sort is a function of NumPy library file. So if you want to use that function, you need to invoke that library file. Okay, numpy dot sort. So this function sort the elements. Okay, and which elements it is sorting? It will sort the elements of ARR array. In ARR array, how many elements we have? 4 elements. That will be sorted in the order and that will be displayed, because this function I have included inside the printf statement. Okay, so in the printf statement, when you print this, what will be your output? 0, 1, 2, 3. Means whatever elements are there, that will be printed in a sorted order. So in order to print a sorted order, means in order to print all the elements in a sorted order, which function we are using? Sort function. From which library file you are getting that? From NumPy. Okay, so that is why it is compulsory to include NumPy library file. Okay, now the next one is search. Okay, search means finding an element from a group of elements. Okay, so here actually in order to search a particular element in a NumPy, in an array using a NumPy library file, here we will use a where. Okay, where method is used. Okay, because I want to search a particular element. So which element you want to search, that information you should give, and that information is given by using a where method. See in the example you can see I have imported NumPy package. You see import NumPy. Next ARR equals to, here name of the array is ARR equals to, NP is a alias of NumPy, and dot ARR AY is an object. Next you see I want to see whether the element is there or not. Okay, so if element is there, I want to display the index position of that element. Okay, what I want to do? See, I want to check whether the element is there in the list or not. If element is there in the list, then I want to print index number of that element. Okay, so in this example you see, in order to store the index number, here I am using a one variable x. X equals to NumPy dot where. Where is the method? Using that method you can find out the position of an element. Where ARR equals to means in that array equals to 4, an element is there or not, means I want to search the element 4 is there in the list or not. If it is there, it will display the position. See in the output you can check 3 is there now. So that is in the third position. So in the array element position start from a 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So the position is displayed. Okay. So what is the use of the search method? Using a search method, you can display the, means first we'll find whether that element is there in the list or not. So if the element is there in the list, then what happens? This method will display the position of that element. Okay, index number of that element. Okay, this is a search. Now here one more method, array indexing. What is the array index means? Here I will see in the search method what happened. I used to give an element, the program will display the index number. But here in array indexing what happened is, I will give the index number, and this method will display the element in that index number. Okay, array index. See, you see the definition. Array indexing is the same as accessing an array element. Using an array index, you can find out index number, and index number starts with a 0. Okay, so here what we are doing, just we are giving the position of an element, and this method will display the element. Okay, this method will display the element in that particular position. Okay, so in the example I have given print. In the print statement you see print ARR 0. Here what is the 0? Index number. In that index number what is your element? 1. So that is printed. Okay, it is just a reverse to the previous one. In the previous one we used to give an element, that method will display the index number. Here we are giving an index, and this method is displaying a element in that index number. Okay. Now you see the next one, copy. See, copy is also one of the important method of NumPy library. Here copy is what happened is whatever elements are there in one array, we are copying that elements into another array. Okay, so what is the advantage when you copy an element from one array to another array? See, you see the copy owns the data and any changes made to the copy will not affect the original array, and any changes made to the original array will not affect the copy. See, means when you copy the elements from one array to another array, what happened? Only the copy will be maintained, and if you are making any changes to the copied array, that will not affect your original array, and if you are making any changes to your original array, that will not affect your copied array. So it is individual, both are individual and both are not dependent. Okay, if you are making any changes to the copied, that will not affect your original array. Means if you want to add any duplicate content, just will create the copy. Okay. Now in this example, you see as usual, I have imported NumPy library file and I have created one array. What is the name of the array here? ARR. You see, x equals to ARR dot copy. Okay, so copy is a function, and what is the use of this function? This function is copy the elements of which array? ARR, because I have given ARR dot copy. So ARR dot copy, and that elements are copied into which array? X. Okay, understood? Now ARR, whatever elements are there in X also, we have a same elements. Next you see ARR 0 equals to 42. So I am making changes to the original array, not to the duplicate array, not to the copied array. Okay, so ARR 0 equals to 42. Now when you print the ARR 0, then what will be your array? 42 in the output you can see. In the next line I have printed ARR 42, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements I have printed. See, the previously in ARR array first element was 1, but now which element you have? 42. Okay, now print X. X as usual you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a copied, if it is a copied array. I didn't means I have not changed any element in the copied array. So if you want to make any changes to the copy also, you can change, but that will not affect the original array. Here I have changed something that is not affecting to the original array. Sorry, that will not affect to the copied array because I made changes to original array. Okay, understood? So only one thing is that when you copy, individually you can make changes to original array, and individually you can make changes to the duplicate array. They are not dependent. Shape of array already I have explained. What is the shape of the array? It will display means how many rows are there, how many columns are there in the array. So in this example, it is a 2-dimensional array, and in each it means 2-dimensional array means 2 rows, 4 columns. Okay, so it will display number of rows in the matrix and number of columns in the matrix. Shape this already I have explained. Now joining an array, only plus I have explained. So here you see joining an array. In order to join 2 arrays, here I am using a concatenate function. Concatenate means joining. This already you have in a Java, C, C++. Okay. What is the use of this function? This function is used to join 2 strings actually, concatenate. Here this function is joining 2 arrays. See how many arrays we have here? ARR1, ARR2. 2 arrays are there. Now you see the third array. ARR equals to np dot concatenate. Okay, I am concatenating 2 arrays. Okay, you see in the bracket ARR1 comma ARR2. So 2 arrays I have joined, and that 2 elements I am storing in a ARR. Okay, so how many arrays are there? 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am joining that 2. Okay, and where I am storing that? In ARR, third array. Okay. So what is the use of this concatenate function? This concatenation function joins 2 or more arrays and creates a new array. So when you print ARR, what you will get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Joining output you will get. Now the next one is a splitting. Splitting means what? It is the reverse of concatenate. Concatenate function, what it will do? It will join two arrays. Whereas splitting, what it will do? It will split the one array into a multiple arrays. Okay, split. It is the opposite of concatenate. So in the example you see, what is the original array? ARR. How many elements are there? 6 elements are there. Okay. Now you see, I have created new array equals to np dot array, array split, np dot array split, and splitting. Which array you are splitting? ARR comma 3. So I am splitting ARR array into 3 parts. Okay. Which array you are splitting? ARR. In how many parts you are splitting? 3. So you can see the output. Array 1 comma 2 is one part, 3 comma 4 is one part, 5 comma 6 is one part. So I said no, 3 parts. So whatever main array is there, that is splitted into 3 sub arrays. First one is 1 comma 2, the second one is a 3 comma 4, and the third one is a 5 comma 6. Concatenate is used to join two arrays, and split function is used to split the given array into a number of parts. So in this function you need to give two parameters, which array you want to split and in how many parts you want to split. That information you should give. Okay. So in this example, which array I am splitting? ARR. How many parts? 3 parts. Now the next function is filtering. Okay. Filtering means actually here what I am doing is, whatever array is there, with that I am creating a new array. Okay. And that process is called as a filtering. But how it will filter is, whatever main array is there, so it will check in the second array, it will check true, false, true, false. So whichever element is true, means whichever element is true, only that element is printed, means that is filtered. The remaining will be skipped. So in the definition you see, if the value at an index is true, if the value is at an index. So here in the second array I have given index, you see, if the value at an index is true, that element is contained in the filtered array. If the value at index is false, that element is excluded from the filtered array. So in this example you see, how many arrays I have created? 2 arrays. ARR, the next one is a X. In ARR, how many elements are there? 4 elements are there. 41, 42, 43, 44. In X, how many elements are there? 4. And what is actually this X here? It is the index of the above array which contains true or false. So when you perform a filter on this, then what happened? Whichever element index is true, only that element is printed and the remaining will be skipped. Okay. So this is about filtering, and these are the few important functions of NumPy library file. Once again we will go through that. Just I will give you, first one is a max and minimum. I will explain once again, just I will revise. Max and minimum, it is used to print a maximum element from the array. The next one is the minimum element of the array, and the third one is the sum. It will add all the elements in the array. Addition operation, it is used to add an array. Sort, it is used to sort all the elements in the order. By default, sorting is the ascending order. The next one is the search. What is the use of the search actually here? Search is used to find an element, means whether the element is there in the array or not. In order to search whether there is an element is there in the array or not, we are using where method, where array equals to the key value. Now array index, using array index what we will do is we will give the index number, and that function will display the element which is there in that particular index. Next to copy. Copy function is used to copy element from one array to another array. So when you copy the elements from one array to another array, it will both are independent. Means if you are making any changes to the original array, that will not affect to the copied array, and if you are making any changes to the copied array, that will not affect your original array. Okay, that is a shape. Shape is nothing but it will display number of rows and a number of columns in the array. Joining, it is used to join two arrays, means it will join two arrays and it will create one new array. Splitting, splitting is used to split a given array into a different parts. Here you need to give two parameters, which array you want to split and how many parts you want to split. Next, filter. Filter is used to filter an elements, means how it is filter is whatever true values are there at index of the particular element, that will be printed and the remaining will be skipped. Okay, filter means here you see 4 elements I have given. For 4 elements, each and every element I have given the position. I have given a index position actually. True means that element is printed. If it is a false means that element is not printed. Okay, that is called as a filtered. So this is about NumPy library functions. Okay, and more functions and more about NumPy we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.